Hi, I'm Jenny Robertson, founder and publisher of On Purpose Woman magazine and founder of the On Purpose Woman global community. Excuse me. I'm here with Jean Wright for a Writer in the Spotlight interview where I chat with the contributing writers for the current issue of On Purpose Woman magazine. Jean, welcome.
Thank you, Jenny. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you for being with me. I love these chats. So first, before we get into your article, tell our viewers a little bit about you.
Well, Jenny, I have been working in the sales and marketing fields for, oh gosh, maybe 30 to 40 years. And it's been a real exciting time and challenging time. And in many ways, things have changed a lot in the past few years, especially since we've been through the pandemic. And also I've had health challenges throughout the years. So I decided that, all those great experiences that I've had working for various types of companies and sales, that it's time to sit back and write a book about it. So that's what I've been working on lately, is talking more about how women can be more confident about sales, selling your confidence. So I thought all those years of experience might come into good use. Then I can help other women be successful and succeed and feeling confident about what they do.
Well, it's a fabulous book, and you actually put your expertise to great use. And I'm sure it must feel really good to be out there on your own doing this on your own time. Of course, we tend to work harder than we ever worked before, don't we, when we're working for ourselves? But
this is true, but I put all the pressure I put on myself is put on by me,
exactly.
not someone else. So I do enjoy the fact that I can set my own hours and time, but I also hold myself accountable for what I want to accomplish and set some goals. And it makes it a little easier when you're in charge of yourself.
It does. I used to joke, and I still do a little bit, that being self-employed means you can work any 60 hours that you want, but you can usually pick the time, But
Right.
Yeah, that's not so much for me anymore. But I do work some pretty long hours. But some of it's because I just love it, and I know you love what you're doing too. So I'm really grateful to you for writing this book, because I think it's really needed out there, especially for women entrepreneurs.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, because I look at some women who come up to me and say, "Oh, I love what I represent. I love my business. I love telling people about it." But I get to the point where I feel bad about asking them to buy it or to work with me. I mean, it's just kind of like a thing that maybe we've learned growing up, that being selling something is having to be aggressive. And honestly, don't we all just want to help each other and solve a problem for somebody and tell them, would you want to work with me? Let's move forward and try to do something together so that you can get what you need and I can help you get there.
Yes. And it can be really, if we come from that place of we're helping someone, we're offering a great service or product, we're not trying to force somebody into something that we don't even know if it's a fit or not, because that's what feels kind of sleazy and slimy. And that's not how women typically do it if we're left to our own devices, I think. So I think, if we have the desire to be out there, then sometimes we need the coaching or the help with how to actually do it and feel good about it.
Exactly. And, we all have passion for things. That's the one thing about women. We're very emotional and we love something. I mean, don't we excitedly tell our friends about the best lipstick we just found, or the best recipe that we made for our family for a great meal? And don't they want to try it? Isn't it going to be great for them too? So use that confidence about what you already know you love and what other people will benefit from.
Great point. When your article you wrote is called From Zooming to Schmoozing. And what inspired you to write this article?
Well, like all of us who have been through the past few years of meeting virtually, which like us today, it's great because we're not in the same town right now, and it's so much easier for us to meet this way. But there are reasons for us to be together and to actually get more out of a interpersonal interaction. It's really exciting to be back together again, where we can go out and see people. I just met somebody I haven't seen ever in person, and we finally met, and we looked at each other and I said, "Oh my gosh, you're as tall as I am. I didn't know that you were tall like me." And, you're seeing somebody in 360 degrees instead of just the flat screen. And I think a lot of us are excited about finally having that. Don't we love to be in some place where we've seen a picture of, go on a trip and you see that
Mhm.
picture, but when you actually go there to that location and you're in it, it feels so much different. It feels like you're experiencing every part of all your senses are experiencing being in that place or being in front of that person and really getting to know them. So I think after we've been kind of relegated to being on Zoom for everything, that now we need to get back out and we need to be with each other. And as much as excited as we are about being together, let's remember there are reasons why we do want to be together, especially if we're in a networking kind of environment or with other business people or like-minded entrepreneurs who just want to get to know each other, like you have with your meetings in various towns now. We love just seeing each other and sharing. So it gives us an opportunity to get rid of the Zoom a little bit and get more into the schmooze. And what schmoozing really is, it's a Yiddish word, but a lot of people have used it. It's really about talking and chatting or conversing informally is really what the schmooze is.
Okay.
Sometimes we think of it in kind of like a, it should be taken seriously because we are conversing with people, but what you find when you're talking to people, you find little nuggets of information or some type of a casual exchange can provide really good information that maybe you can use for your own purposes. You never know what might come up in that schmoozy kind of conversation. People are not feeling threatened like, oh, I'm selling you something. You're actually just talking and conversing and kind of leading into different topics, and you never know what information you can gather that would be beneficial to you.
I love that. I love that because it does take the pressure off a bit. If you're schmoozing, you're just sharing some information, you're getting to know people. And so in your article, you gave us some tips on how to schmooze effectively. And the first one is schmooze with confidence. Tell us about how to do that.
Well, when you're walking into a big room or walking into a small room with a number of people, it's actually like a cold call. You don't know these people, but you really want to get to know them. So just like anything, if you're introduced to somebody that maybe a friend, you could go over to a friend and say, oh, I don't know her. Could you introduce me to her? And then you get talking and you find out you have some things in common, or you just know that it's a good experience you're having right now. And you're confident about, well, I'm going to talk about myself a little bit, but I really want to learn more about that other person too. So once that you break the ice, then you start finding ways to just find more commonality and things that maybe you can learn about that person. And it's not mainly about you, it's a lot about them. And they're trying to get information about you too. So just relax and realize that you're having a nice conversation and you're learning more about that person, and maybe there's some information that you can gather from them. You never know if there's something for your business, like they receive money from somebody to do marketing. Maybe you're marketing person. Well, gee, wouldn't that be nice that you can have a few of those dollars to help her build her business because she has something that she can provide you. So there's just the conversation can just go on, but having the confidence in yourself that you can pull that out of somebody just by a conversation is pretty simple if you just relax.
Yeah. Don't have an agenda.
Right. No agenda.
I've got to do it right. Yeah. Just relax. It's especially if you're doing it with other women. I find networking with men is a little bit different. I don't do a lot of networking with men because they're not my clients, but it's a bit different, I find. And I think women are we're more curious about what's underneath the business, if you will, like the why behind it and the passion behind it and so forth.
I read something recently that says that women really are more interested in developing a long-term relationship with each other. Whereas men, not so much. They're looking for that instant connection to get what they want. Whereas I think women do like to have that relationship and build relationships.
Yeah.
smaller groups and more intense so that you can build on each other's talents.
Mm-hmm. Well, the second tip is schmooze to attract attention. How do you do that?
So have you ever gone up to a group of people who maybe there's one person you want to meet, so you start talking to them, but they might be talking to someone else. But so you sort of wait your turn and you don't jump right in, but you're sort of like on the outskirts looking
Mhm.
in, they see you, and then they're going to introduce you to that person they're talking with. And then once that person sees you talking, then someone else who knows you might come into the group and want to be introduced to that group. So your group is starting to get bigger because there are more people looking at your group, like you just were introduced, and then someone else comes in that says, oh, I want to meet that person, or I know that person, I'd like to be introduced to them. So it's really great when you can see a group start building and building because one or two people have just decided to kind of step in, and all those people want to meet you.
Mhm.
So they all feel the same way, like, oh, well, I know her, so maybe she can introduce me to that person now. She just met them. So that's kind of attracting attention. The more that your group starts getting larger, then there's something important. There's some interesting people there. So I'd like to get into that group too. So it's great to see a group that just keeps opening up, because once you start, interjecting yourself to be introduced, somebody else say, oh, I want you to meet so and so, and they pull them
Mhm.
into the group.
Yeah.
So once they get to know who you are and all your whatever can benefit someone else, they might say, you need to meet so and so. Oh, I'm going to bring them into the group. So that's kind of like attracting attention, just
Mhm.
enlarging your group and pulling people into it.
Okay. And it also creates a kind of a high vibe, a lot of
It
energy
does.
around it, like you say. So your group looks attractive and people might be like, oh, I want to know, I want what they're having over there. Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. So
And you
it's
get to be the connector as well. And that's always valuable, to be the connector of other people.
I've many times found somebody and I just say, hey, you really need to step out of the group for a second to see somebody I know. And I say, you really need to meet so-and-so. I just met them and they do this. And you
Mhm.
pull them together, introduce them, and then you can actually step out of that group at that point and move on to another group because you have continued a conversation with someone important in that group with somebody and you pull them in. Being a great connector is it's so important because people remember that she introduced me to him, or he introduced me to her, or they introduced it, and then they might have a long relationship. It's not always about you. Maybe that's not a person for you to continue business with, but somebody else that might be a really good fit for them to do
Mhm.
business with, or they've been looking for somebody like them. And people love it when you connect them. It's that introduction that really helps.
Really
So that's
good.
attracting people is really important.
Well, that's a great one too. So number 3 is schmooze with integrity. Why is that important? What do you mean by that?
Because now you've become an expert, and people will get to know you for what you do. And like I just said, people will introduce you as the person who does this, or she's the one who is the best at that, or just, you don't even have to feel like, oh, I'm the expert, but actually you are an expert in whatever you're doing, and people want to get to know you. So the more you put yourself out there as that person that knows what they're selling or what they're representing, the more you'll be respected by other people. So feel good about that.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great tip. And the last one is schmooze the follow-up. And I'm guessing, with some good information, that follow-up is probably where many of us drop the ball. I mean, we may do all
Exactly.
those first 3 things really well, but if we drop the follow-up ball, we've kind of wasted our time, haven't we?
This is true. Sometimes when you're overwhelmed with a number of people that you meet at an event or a gathering, maybe you have business cards, or you've shared a phone number, you're going to send them a message the next day. There are a lot of people you might meet in one place, but what is that quality of people that you really feel like you want to follow up with? So determine after the event, okay, these are the people I really feel they're the quality people that I had a great conversation with. I think it might lead to something else. It just might lead to another cup of coffee, to a cup of coffee somewhere, and determine what your next steps will be. But if you don't follow up the next day, that person who walked out the door may never be, they might not remember you again. You have a mutual agreement probably as you were standing there. Let's talk again. I'd love to meet with you. Let's have coffee. Let's have lunch or whatever, or I'll call you tomorrow. Do it. Make sure you do that, because they're sincerely interested in you. You've already determined that, and you're sincerely interested in them. So let's make a deal on that we're going to see each other again. And if you've already said that to each other before you left, then they're going to be waiting for you, or they may even beat you to the punch and let you know by the next day. I am always impressed when somebody follows up. Like sometimes they beat me to the punch. Like I haven't even gotten to make my call or send a quick email or whatever. I mean, emails also can work very well. If you feel funny about picking up the phone, well, then just send an email. People are pretty responsive with emails. But if an email doesn't get a response within 24 hours, you need to make that call, because phone calls are really the best way to
We're so
follow up
shocked by
with
phone
somebody.
calls, aren't we? We're kind of shocked by
I
a
know.
phone call that's like,
I know
oh,
we
wow.
are, but emails work. I mean, they've always worked for me too. So, but the 24-hour turnaround is so important, because you don't want to lose that connection that you've made. And even if it doesn't lead to anything down the road, it's still one more time. Like I've met with somebody, we talk and we realize maybe we're not a good fit, but can you tell me somebody that might be a good fit for what I have to offer? And they may have a great person that would be a good future client for you. Or you do have the meeting and you decide, okay, now we're going to meet again after this and really talk business. Make it casual. Don't feel like you can't sell somebody anything within the first 2 times you meet them. It takes time to build a relationship. So follow up. You may have to follow up more than a few times to really get to the point where you've now decided to work together, and they're going to pay you for what you're doing. So that's where the confidence comes in. Just the fact that you've connected, you feel confident about your connection, that this could be something that you can continue to build on. And then, hey, let's work together. And that makes it such an easier path than to feel like I have to cover all these points in the sales process. Just give yourself some breathing room and know that you both hopefully will want to work together. And it all came from that original casual conversation. And now you're moving forward. So don't be afraid to get back out there. And start talking to people in person.
And I just want to add something to the follow-up, is that if you meet with someone or you decide maybe on a Zoom call or something that it's not a good fit, but you may see that person at another event and they're going to know you now, and they're going to know what you do. And if you've handled yourself well with integrity, they're going to want to introduce you to people as well. So none of these, I think if we do these right, they're never wasted time.
No, you're absolutely right. It's never wasted time. And, even through all the downtime we've had with just the Zoom calls, I'm finding that when I do get back out there, it's almost like those couple years didn't exist. Like we've been able to pick right up because I had good relationships before that, and people remember you. And then it's like, oh yeah, I want to talk to you again. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, let's talk more. I mean, I've had so many coffees and just get-togethers, and some of them have led to some continuing relationships. Some people, we've gone in different directions. So maybe we don't particularly or can't particularly do business with each other, but it's definitely that familiarity that we're back, and hey, let's reconnect. Let's see what's going on with each other, because a lot of things have changed, improved, or gone in different directions that we need to catch up on. So don't lose those old connections. Keep those going. Get in touch with people and be in person, and do it in a casual way that you don't feel like you're trying to sell somebody something. We all want people to work with us. We all want people to and to enjoy what it is we have to offer and look at it that way instead of, okay, I have 5 people I've got to talk to today, and if they don't say yes, I'm going to be really mad. Just
I
keep
can't pay
working
the
on it.
rent, right?
Yeah, keep
Yeah, go in
building the,
that
and or move
desperation
on to
thing.
something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to networking things. It's really been interesting to see new people out there that maybe you haven't seen in a while,
Mhm.
or new people that you've never seen, I should say, that are now out there and doing something different and something that might be good for you and what you're doing with your business. So
Yeah, treat it like an adventure.
exactly. It's a lot of fun. Don't feel like you don't have anything to offer. You do have a lot to offer, and you are the expert at what you do. Just face it. People want to get to know you for what you know.
Face it. I like that. Yeah. Fess up.
Yeah,
Probably if you
exactly.
don't think you're the expert, you're doing the wrong work, maybe.
Right.
And you can work yourself into that if you're not quite there yet. Doesn't mean you go dump everything, but if you need to be in that space, or else you're
Right.
not able to do what you love to do and make the difference that you want to make.
Yeah. What I found with writing my book, it's like, well, I've known these things and how to do certain things in the sales process and all that. I've known these for so many years. Doesn't everybody know this?
Mm.
No, actually, the most simple things that you feel come so easily to you probably are brand new to somebody else, or they've always wanted to know how you do that, or how to enjoy whatever the services that you offer. So it's, more than a lot of people. You'd be
Yes.
surprised.
I think that's a word that women need to really take on more, is expert. I am an expert.
Yes.
Yes. That'd be a
Yes.
good exercise to do. Okay, Jean. Well, I want you to hold up your book and then tell our viewers how they can find out more about you and your work.
Right. So my book is called Selling Your Confidence, Forging a Successful Sales Career from Mint Cookies to Martinis. That's kind of a fun title because I started selling Girl Scout cookies when I was 11. So I didn't realize I had talent for selling. So I built on that during my years. And I look back and say, hey, that was something that influenced my career decisions I didn't even know. And then we go through challenges in life, and that's where the martini comes in. But I think it's an enjoyable story about real life experiences that most women can relate to. And hopefully it's not just being a salesperson. It's like presenting yourself and being out there and working in different capacities in the professional world. So hopefully it would be of interest. It's on Amazon, and Selling Your Confidence. My book is Selling Your Confidence on Amazon. And also my website is sellingyourconfidence.com.
And to our viewers, the text of this video has that information. It has the link directly to Jean's book and also the link to her website. And there's something else going on your website that's new. So share that with us.
Yes. So I've developed a quiz called Unlocking Your #1 Sales Challenge. And it is a really great opportunity for you to just answer a few questions about yourself and how you feel about presenting yourself, and perhaps working with your business and how you want to relate to people with selling your business and your services. And then it leads to a webinar opportunity. And this is a free opportunity for you to just go in, learn more about yourself. And then I have some webinar dates that will be available for you to choose. And we can talk more in that kind of a situation. I have one actually today, and then I'll be scheduling some more for July and coming up in the next few months. So it's on my website. You can click from there to join in.
So opportunities for women to buy your, well, this isn't just for women probably, is it?
No, actually
Women
it's
will
for
find it
any
especially
entrepreneur
valuable.
who is interested in learning more about how they present themselves and how they can gain more confidence in what they're selling. I mean, sales is a word that people try to keep away from, but technically you're selling yourself and marketing yourself every day. So it's an opportunity for you to kind of learn more about yourself. And the webinar is just an interactive presentation about all those points that you'll be seeing on the quiz, and we can kind of pinpoint more areas that maybe you like to talk about and I can help you with. and then go from there. I do call myself a sales confidence builder. So
I like that. I
people
like
do
that.
work with me personally on one-on-one than for various sales challenges they may be having with their business.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us in the magazine and also here today. And do you have a final thought you'd like to leave us all with?
Just feel that self-confidence comes really within. We all have it. It's down there. We just have to pull it out and just use it in the best way possible, taking advantage of opportunities to meet people in person or on Zoom, and just use it as a way to build relationships and know that you have it in you, and you can work it out as long as you're open to meeting people and talking about what you do and learning more about them.
And remember that sometimes we think everyone is confident but us, and that's just not true. People
That's
are
just-
out there in all stages of confidence building. So you just have to get out there, right?
Right. You just have to take that step out, and you'll be surprised at the benefits that will come back to you and the interest that you have from people who want to get to know you, because you've told them that you're the expert.
Right. Gonna circle back out to that. You are the expert. So if
You
you've got
are.
nothing else from watching this today, remember you are the expert. Once you know that, then you can actually dive in and take advantage of all these great tips that Jean has shared with us today. So thank you again, Jean, for being here with us. And I want to thank anyone watching this live or the replay on our YouTube channel. To read Jean's article and other inspiration for your mind, body, spirit, and business, visit our website, opwgc.com. The website link, along with all of Jean's links, is also in the text of this video. Thanks again for watching.